Hello everyone. I decided to film outside today just to kind of give a little change of pace. So a couple things I've gotten done on this stock since last time we saw it. I have obviously painted it, gotten a lot of the finish work done. Last time we saw it, it was pretty much ready for a primer. And since then, and I also was putting the um, fore-end reinforcements in, which are now in place. Um, so this turned out extremely rigid. It's very stiff. I did not do. Let me get it rearranged. There we go. I did not. You can see where the reinforcement bar kind of stops. I did not reinforce the whole thing all the way out. It gets pretty stiff. You don't have to go all the way out with it. Really the side. Now the sides go out a little farther on this, but I still wanted them to be flush with, I wanted them to still be able to be flush without having to, remove too much material to keep this going. So it is very stiff. Like I said, it works out really well. I've already done another stock identically to this. The selector switch has been successfully filled in, as you can see. Now, when I did it, it will, if you do it right, you're going to have excess material that you're going to have to sand off. The best thing to do is just give it as much time as possible to cure and to harden before you start sanding it. Just because it's hardened on the outside, it might still be a bit soft on the inside. So when you fill in your selector cutout, give it a couple days, honestly, to fully cure and harden. But following that, I did give it the textured finish, and this was actually really easy to do. So I only textured the pistol grip area and also the forend where my hands are going to be resting. On the last one of these I did the whole thing. I did a little bit more aggressive texturing on the pistol grip and forearm area, but I really focused on making the whole thing on the last stock was textured. Now that's a good option to go for if you want something that's going to be a little bit less glare. If you're going to do like a camo pattern, something like that, that's a really good option. I didn't want to do that this time. This time I kind of wanted it to have more of that Macmillan feel to it, I guess, where it's just kind of smooth in the areas that that I'm not going to be gripping it. And then as you can see, there are going to be there's still this scratch here. I could have sanded and I could have primed and sanded and filled all that stuff in. Honestly, the stock's going to get used. It's just more about finding an acceptable level of where you want it to look. This is going to get a camo pattern. It has been painted like a foliage green. It has been painted with that, but that's more just kind of until I decide to lay down a camo. That's what I decided to go with on it. The details of it turned out really good though. I'm really happy with it. I did re-drill when I fiberglassed the forearm. I did the overgas plug was filled in at one point. Let me get that to focus. There we go. I did have to re-drill that. That's no big deal. The hole was still there from on the inside from when I first from manufacturing. I mean, as you can see, if I really wanted to, I could drill out the holes for the original sling mount. But because I built up the forearm of this so much, finding a rail section like one of those Sadlac rails, or even doing anything like that, it's going to take more fitting. I'm going to actually put on a regular bipod quick detach stud, like you use with like a Harris bipod. And then the other thing is I'm going to add probably right here, and then right up here on the forearm, I'm going to add some quick detach swivel cups and just kind of modernize it a bit. But those are the next steps, just kind of an update. But just to kind of give you a realistic expectation of what this is going to look like when it's all said and done. I mean, I'm really happy with how it's turning out. If you have any questions, leave a comment, and I'll see you on the next round.